Do you still have a hand left? Jerking off, wiping unibrow. I guess you have the blunt in your hand while you're wiping, and then you just kind of go between.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get super high.
No condom.
No condom though. No condom though.
I don't know what you heard about me, but my dick can't get rid of herpes. True.
That's not what it was going on about you, like, other things are being said.
Facts me that?
Yeah, definitely, like, they're not sure about the facts, actually. People. So you need to fax them that. Actually send the facts.
I just want to clear something up quick. Before I talked about how I like to jerk off to birds while crying, but I actually prefer to jerk off to raccoons digging through garbage while I have diarrhea.
Well, you have diarrhea?
Yeah, so like I like to like look out the window and just shit all over the floor and silently stroke and watch the raccoons dig garbage out.
You shit on the floor, so it's diarrhea, so it's like
puddle.
It's like puddle, so do you like put your name in it?
You know, like the band that used to sing like, you could take it all away. Puddle of mud, that's like what I leave on the ground.
Okay, so do you like just leave the puddle? Or do you like put like you put your name on it?
I like to practice calligraphy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before, I forget what it is. Calligraphy?
Calligraphy?
Yeah.
I
forget what it is.
It's like a form of like handwriting.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of get your graffiti on?
Kind of, but it's like, it's a very like elegant like form of font. So I got like my I got my elegance on.
Has to be very precise.
Yeah, I get like my elegance on in my filthiest moments, you know what I mean? Like I'm just constantly like perfectly balanced. With that being said, yo, The Perfect Balance is now on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, all that shit. Go check my best album out yet to date. Even though some people want to call it Came and Gone, fuck them. They can get came in their fucking ass and then I'm gone.
Yeah, and that's all that's being said. Do we need to introduce? It's episode 3-2.
Trey Deuce.
And yo, while you're doing all that, like while you're in the bathroom like that, are you hotboxing it?
Yeah.
So like I remember it wouldn't be a good idea to do a Jamaican hotbox while you're shitting because like the smell would be really bad.
No, it's hype. It gets you more high.
Yeah, the smell of
like especially if you've been like sniffing coke and drinking the night before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then like the fumes from that rise in with like, cause like the fumes from like cocaine shit and alcohol shit like.
Yeah. First of all, people need to know what a Jamaican hotbox is before we paint the whole story for them, right?
Okay.
So a Jamaican hotbox is when you're in the bathroom and you're smoking and you get the shower going, so the steam is going, you get the hot water going.
And then you start stroking your dick.
And you start stroking your dick, but you make sure like the towels are underneath the door.
And you make sure you're not with anybody, because that's awkward then.
Yeah.
Unless it's a girl.
Right.
But yeah, you put the towel on the floor.
But
generally not your cum rag towel, but
yeah. Even after all that, like you think even the girl might feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, maybe if you're not stroking or like shitting or any of that stuff.
Right.
But like when you're Jamaican hotboxing by yourself, then like all is fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you can literally diarrhea while you're watching videos of raccoons digging through trash and jerk off slowly. You can even wipe your unibrow. And you can fucking, do you still have a hand left? Jerking off, wiping unibrow. I guess you have the blunt in your hand while you're wiping, and then you just kind of go between.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get super high. And like I was saying, if it's like a night after doing like a ton of coke and like ecstasy and crack and heroin and drinking, like all those things, like the vapor of them from the shit actually separate at different levels. So like once you stand up, then like the highest peak you get like the weed smoke, then you get the coke vapor, then you get the alcohol vapor, then you get the ecstasy and methamphetamine vapors. So you could just kind of like play like groundhog and like fucking like poke your head up and down, like pretend like you're a whack-a-mole, you know what I mean? And you just like keep feeling these different levels of high.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed that.
Yeah, I like to call it whack-a-hole.
Yeah.
Cause like I pretend I'm the whack-a-mole, but then like I'm whacking it off, and I don't know where the hole came from, to be honest with you. I guess the toilet could be the hole, the bowl, whack-a-ball, whack-a, flocka.
Yeah, I remember doing hot boxes back in the day. I remember like we had this like shed in the back of my house, and like there was this little thing up top of it. It was a little fort thing, and it was probably like we could sit down in it, but it was probably like we couldn't stand up in it. But like it was kind of cool thing. I had all these like High Times magazines. I like cut all these buds, made a collage of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
This is where we smoked and shit like that.
That's dope.
And I remember like this one time, I remember one buddy was like getting so fucking high. He was like trying to get low down to the ground, and I was like
Don't try to get the least amount of smoke.
Yeah.
Please tell me you farted.
What?
Please tell me you farted.
I probably farted when we were in there for sure.
Oh, but like that wasn't where you're going.
No.
Alright.
So then he's just lying there, and he's like, "Man, let me out." And the other guy goes, "Yo, man, if you break that hot box, we're gonna punch you out."
The most hostile weed smokers I've ever heard in my life. Weed smokers are the most calm people until you talk about breaking the hot box. It's like, yo, fam!
Yeah, if you break the hot box, like we're fucking getting your ass.
Yo, man's letting smoke out this bitch. They getting fucking jumped, yo. Mans.
Because breaking the hot box is like a serious offense.
It's even worse than breaking the record.
Where are you going with this?
I don't really know.
Okay.
Just every time I hear breaking, I think of Breaking Records. Breaking Records album, August 3rd, Evacuation. Like all the shameless promo I dropped in this episode so far.
I know. We got through like one topic so far, outbox, and like you guys shut it out like at least 4 times.
Yeah. By the way, I have a porno coming out called In Slob We Trust. And it's all about deep throating and bukkakis, and it's like a documentary but a porno as well. So it talks about like the history of the deep throat on video and the history of the bukkake on video, but in between we filmed original scenes of the most intense deep throats and bukkake you've ever seen. Have you ever seen a girl deep throat the back end of a shovel? God bless her soul, she's no longer with us anymore. We pushed it a little too far, but yeah. But speaking of taking it a little too far, let's talk about Tekashi 23. I mean, he ain't Jordan.
Yeah, well, I always say you give him a huge compliment right now.
No, Tekashi. I guess 6'9" is like, I don't know. If it's with a dude, that's the worst number you could be.
Right? Fax me that. Holy fuck. Yeah.
No, but so Tekashi just got fucking. This is like breaking news right now.
Yeah,
like,
just breaking like
It's almost good I fell asleep the other night because
I didn't
even get to talk about
the whole
this.
story, but once you tell the whole story, then
We'll pull this up.
Then I'll know more.
Let's pull up the article. TMZ just reported today, and you know TMZ is the most reliable form of news and media.
That's sad.
Yeah, I got a blank screen right now. Yeah.
So from what you said was what?
So he got kidnapped. So he got pistol whipped, kidnapped, robbed, and hospitalized. Where's this Tekashi shit? It's on my feed somewhere. Here we go. Pistol whipped, kidnapped, robbed, and hospitalized. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh, that's just a screenshot. Come on. There's the article. People screenshotting the shit. I've seen so many posts. People are like, "Thank God" and all this shit. It's like, man, like, so what? He was a troll. We troll. Does that mean you want us to get pistol whipped and
probably
gang raped and fucking?
Well, those trolls. You know, watch out for those trolls.
Yo, the reception in this bitch is not good right now. Either way, I read most of the article already, so I'll just kind of read it.
Trying to hook up to my Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi's a good idea. What's your Wi-Fi? Either way, but while you figure that out for me, I'll kind of break down the story.
Yeah.
So he was filming a music video. He finished around 4 a.m. He drove home, and then as he was pulling up to his crib, another car came and blocked him off at his driveway, so he couldn't pull in. 3 masked gunmen hopped out of the whip, pistol whipped him unconscious, dragged him into their car, drove around with him. When he woke up and regained consciousness, basically said, "You're dead if you don't give us the money and the jewels." So then they pulled back up to his crib like an hour later or so. 2 of the gunmen went inside the crib and stole, it said like $75,000. Oh, it said off in...
Yeah, I'm forgetting my password right now.
Oh shit.
I got it written down over here, but...
Alright, well either way, yeah, these dudes robbed them for, it said $75,000 worth of fucking jewels and like other forms of money. That's the part where I didn't get to read past because you called me. Come on, load. I really want to get the specifics here on like cause it was a lot of shit. Like this guy got robbed for a lot of jewelry. And the thing is too, right? Like, do you think he owned all that jewelry? Like, think, it was either like $75,000 or like $150,000 worth of jewelry alone.
He's probably making payments on it.
Payments, or like, think about like the other rappers, like back in the day, like they, you know, like a lot of these dudes rented their jewels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't like actually own half this shit. Like a lot of it was just rented. And then when they return it back to Jacob or whoever, they fucking, you know, he just melts it down and makes the next piece for the next dude.
Yeah.
Like I highly doubt Busta Rhymes owned that fucking Apple. Remember that big fuck?
Yeah.
The new. Like,
and all the other things happened at the same time?
Yeah.
That was the New York shit video?
Yeah.
Yeah, all those like fucking...
Like even the Aftermath. Like no one else has an Aftermath piece.
Yeah.
Dre don't even rock an Aftermath piece.
No, yeah.
It's not like G-Unit where their initiation, like after they got fucking gang fucked, they would... Just kidding. But like, like they all had the spinners and shit, right?
Yeah.
I actually is a good segue into another thing. But alright,
Yeah,
so
spinners?
here, 750,000 in jewelry.
Wow.
And between 15,000 and 20,000 in cash. While all this was happening, Tekashi's baby mama and daughter were inside of the house, but not her. That wasn't the end of it. We're told the gunman then drove away with Tekashi still in the backseat. At some point, 6ix9ine was able to open the back door and jumped out. One of the gunmen began chasing him but got scared and retreated because he was afraid he'd be ID'd. Our sources say Tekashi jumped in the passenger seat of a stranger's vehicle and pleaded for help. The stranger called 911, then asked 6ix9ine to get out of the car at an intersection. An ambulance came and Tekashi was taken to hospital where he remains. Doctors are performing various tests including a CT scan. And that's the image there. You can pull it up on the thing.
Yeah, true. That's crazy.
Yeah, like he's beat the fuck up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what do you think about that? Like do you think that's taking it too far? Or do you think like
I've seen like I think
for trolling as hard as he does, he deserves it?
No.
Like everyone has been that's the thing. Everybody's seen this coming and like his trolling, you know, is one thing.
He hasn't deserved off the trolling, but I understand why it happens because of trolling.
Well,
that's what I would say. I understand why it happens because of the trolling.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I understand why, but like I don't think it deserves because of the trolling.
Well, see, I think though.
But then like people see the trolling and then like people take it differently.
But I think he took it too far too, right? Like Tekashi. Like there's a level of trolling.
Some people don't even think about that term. Some people just think like, hey, that's how like everything is. They don't look at like they don't even know what trolling is.
Yeah.
And like when you're trolling somebody that doesn't know what trolling is, they're gonna take it like a fucking way different way, right?
Vlad and Jamar talked about it, and they actually put it about it and put it in a proper context, because like they were talking about 6ix9ine before this shit happened, and comparing it to like the ex-Tentacion, right?
Yeah.
And like Jamar was like, a lot of people thought it was gonna be Tekashi, and like Vlad was like, well, his trolling game is tight or something. He's like people can't take that away from him. And Jamar's like, yeah, but before the internet, trolling didn't exist. It was called fucking with people.
Yeah.
And he's like, and if you're gonna fuck with people, you gotta like deal with the repercussions that come with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't fuck with people if you're not ready to possibly get fucking punched out or some shit, right?
Exactly.
And it's kind of true. Like, people, because of the internet, you think you can, you know, fuck with people and troll, and there's no consequences. But like, you know, at the end of the day, like, and some of the stuff Tekashi did too, in my opinion, was over the line. Like, you know, going at Jay Prince, like saying I don't have to check in, like disrespecting OGs, going to O Block in fucking Chicago at 4 a.m. in the morning and filming a 5-second clip like, I'm out here, no one else is out here, and then taking Chief Keef's mom, baby mom shopping, and fucking like all like.
He took that from the 50 book though.
He did, but well, and we're gonna get into 50.
Okay, so hold on, maybe like, cause like I almost see like I'm not saying like he might be like this, but like Tekashi 6ix9ine might even look at 50 Cent as like an idol or whatever like that, and troll the same way, but like realizing that like he's not 50.
Yeah.
He might look up to 50 that way, and like.
And be like, 50 don't get touched.
50 don't get touched, but he's not 50.
Yeah.
So it's like, he might look up to him that way and be like, okay, I'm going to troll like him.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, you know, I'm going to be like this.
But you're not him.
But you're not him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's,
And there has to be a reason why, like, 50 hasn't got touched. Like, a lot of people you fucked with.
Well, now we can get into that.
Okay, let's get into that. Like, I don't know.
So, Floyd Mayweather just went off the top on 50 Cent. And,
I forgot where you're going with that, but yeah, I remember.
So let's see this here. Might take a second to load, but that actually goes into a perfect segue here. So Floyd Mayweather, after Curtis went back at Mayweather and reopened this like Instagram beef and trolling thing, right? Said something about him not being able to read or something, and Floyd Mayweather went nuts.
Wait, hold on, I didn't know 50 went back at him.
Yeah, he went back at him recently. And like said something about like he can't read. I don't know what the initial comment was, but something. And that just set Floyd off. And Floyd went off. Like here, let's see it. Can I click this? Will it show me the whole thing? It will. So I don't even think he's taken it down yet. Like this is still on Instagram. Because a lot of times you see this shit like people beef and it goes down. Like, I can't remember the last beef, not Flex and Kid Capri, but Papoose and 50. And then I went on both their pages and both of them took their shit down. Yeah. Because I think Fat Joe mediated or something.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But,
definitely Fat Joe.
So look at the picture firstly. 50 on, like, GQ. From Captain Chronic, Curtis 5-0 Jackson, go snitch or die telling. Is the photo, which Eddie can pull that up for y'all. But, so Floyd goes into this lengthy thing. Now, I wonder if Floyd actually wrote this or not. But,
he probably just sat there and told
somebody else, yeah. Curtis confidential informant Jackson, you're mad because your oldest son Marquis' mother doesn't want to be with you. Your son, your own flesh and blood, don't want nothing to do with you. You haven't had a hit song on radio and who knows when, and you're definitely not hot enough to even sell records anymore, so Interscope dropped you. You are jealous of any rapper, athlete, or entertainer that's hot or got something going on for themselves. You are a certified snitch and we got paperwork to prove it. You talk about Ja Rule, but you stole his whole style and ran with it. You are the only self-proclaimed gangster that's never put in work. You need to pay homage to the real 50 Cent for stealing his name and his storyline. Your claim to fame was getting shot numerous times and living to tell it, and you think that's gangster? Question mark. Where at? Question mark. You're currently living in a fucking apartment in Jersey. You are always in somebody else's business just to stay relevant. You should just become a blogger because it's obvious you don't have nothing going on in your own life. Are you mad that Kanye West ended your career? Question mark. The only thing you got going on is power, and everybody watches that because Ghost is a dope-ass character on the show. You can leave the show, everybody will still watch Power. But out here in the real world, I'm the real Ghost. That's not a mansion in Connecticut that you're in debt for. That's a dump, a money pit, an oversized trap house. It was when Mike Tyson had it in the late 80s, early 90s, but you can't afford to maintain it. You're always talking about somebody is broke, but the last time I checked, it was Curtis Jackson that filed for bankruptcy, not Floyd Mayweather. So quick to gossip like a bitch. Why don't you tell everybody how you got herpes from DJ? Where's your memes for that, huh? Or better yet, post on how your Coca-Cola deal wasn't really 300 million, you fucking liar. And tell how that spinning G-Unit necklace that somebody got robbed for was fake. Just remember, I was with you every day, and your driver, Bruce, was my driver also. I know where all your bones are buried, so be easy, Curtis Jackson. And by the way, don't ask to borrow no more money from me.
Oh, yo. Wow. He might have just like, you know how like push it like Drake?
Yeah. Like he might have just ethered 50 without a song.
He might have 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah. That's how I was going with that. Like how like fucking push it kinda like Drake.
Yeah.
Fucking how like,
yeah, you Drake. Like
yeah.
Back to like yeah.
Yeah. Like I think how that right there is like he 50-50.
Yeah, he did kind of 50-50. Like I can't
Yeah,
even like.
this ain't no draw. I'm just saying like he. This ain't no 50-50.
Now the only thing about that is though he didn't really say anything that wasn't already public knowledge or rumor. So
Yeah.
what do you take from that and believe? Like he pulled every bone out of the closet except they're all things that people already knew, aside from maybe the herpes thing. And whoever DJ is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who DJ is. But unless it's like Who Kid.
I don't know. It's like, we are a different age group. We were talking about how like
Look at the 50 Cent posted one, and it was like a screenshot apparently of like something that like Floyd posted. Look how bad the grammar is on that. On Instagram it was so good, but the grammar here is so bad. This was Floyd Rough Draft. Oh, maybe 50 wrote this. This was Floyd Rough Draft before he got his ghostwriter involved. LOL. Get the strap. Oh man.
Fuck, what was my point?
I can't remember now, sorry. I just seen that and I had to say something.
Oh no, my point was like even like yeah, we're different age groups. So I remember you saying like 50 Cent was high school for you, right?
Yeah.
So like high school for me was like fucking
Dre.
Like Dre, and like later part was like Ja Rule.
Yeah.
So like I was a big fan of Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Before I even heard of 50. So then like even like I like besides like the smashes, like I like album tracks of Ja like back then.
Yeah.
And when 50 Cent came out, and like I was like I seen it, I was like okay, whatever. And then when he did the very next album came out and he did Candy Shop, I was like, yo, that is Ja Rule's whole shit.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, like he came in, did sing Ja Rule, and then did Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Like I like that point of it, like
that point, yeah.
From my age group, like seeing like being a fan of Ja Rule first.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are younger will always put 50 over Ja Rule.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, he followed Ja Rule's formula, like.
He did.
And like I was like, wow.
And see, and that's why 50 fell off, like that, because our generation were the people who really championed him in G-Unit.
Yeah.
But I won't even lie, The Massacre, his second album, when it first came out, I didn't even fuck with it because I was so upset by the two singles. It was fucking that ass song.
Yeah.
Not ass like that. That was 50 Eminem, but it was the other like ass song. It was like it was a chick song.
Yeah.
And then there was Candy Shop. Those are the first two singles. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like 21 Questions was the one girl song on Get Rich or Die Trying, and it was a hot song.
It was. Even as a girl song, like just the way
it was a hot song.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone in G-Unit followed that format with one chick song per album, and there were always hot songs. Lloyd Banks, Smile, The Gang Special. Buck never did one because he was too hood. He just showed he wanna ride with me.
Yeah.
This was like
Shorty Wanna Ride With Me was dope.
dope. Yeah, but it was like hood.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, it wasn't even like a chick song.
And the G-Unit album, the one with Joe or whatever like that.
Yeah, which is I
like that song.
wanna get to know you.
Yeah, I really like that song.
Back then I didn't really fuck with it, but as I got older, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that's a dope song, man.
But so he did kind of steal that format, and then like with every album after that, he kept trying to do them girl joints, and like that's when like he fell off to a lot of my generation. We're like, what the fuck? See, me, I was a really big G-Unit fan though, so I kept listening. I would just listen to the mixtapes because the New Kid tapes are still on fire. Like they would go on there and still kill shit, especially Buck and Banks. But you know, 50 like quickly kind of, you know, he had his couple years, and then by the time the second album came out, like I was a huge fan. Like I had every G-Unit album before that, every solo project, the group album. You know, I was like a heavy supporter. The album came out, I didn't even buy it. It wasn't until like in my mid-20s, like recently, like maybe 4 years ago, I bought The Massacre and actually listened to it, and I'm like, man, aside from the songs he chose as singles, I'm like, this album's fire. But like all the songs he chose as singles were fucking lame. They were like Ja Rule but whacker. Like Ja Rule did Ja Rule like, better than 50 Cent did.
Oh, like as far as like when like like 50 tried to do like Ja Rule format. No. He did not do it as well as Ja.
No, Ja did it way better.
That formula actually is like a thing that still goes on like
today,
and like I put Ja, like of all the people that have done that formula, Ja Rule is ranked high in that still.
Yeah, people hate on Ja, man, but Ja's like, you know.
I'm actually like I actually want to get it. They're doing Ja Rule and Ashanti. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so 50 posted this after too. It's Floyd crying. I must have hurt your feelings, champ. You had someone write a book. I'm gonna take my time with this so I get it all out. We're gonna start with them. Start with your 11 domestic violence cases. Wait a minute. I'll do them in order. Remember, you asked for this. Get the strap. LOL, this bum bitch want in. Champ making up shit. When I return the favor, he won't recover because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Who is that? Is that Usher?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with this shit.
Whoa!
I was like, yo, this shit. Like, y'all gotta go like look up all this shit. Like this shit just keeps going and going. I don't even know, but y'all got the gist of it. You know where it started and how fucking Floyd kind of ethered 50 a little bit there. I don't know. Would you call it an ether though? Cause like you already know all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Like pretty much aside from the herpes, and then
I gotta read the rest
comparison was good.
I gotta read the rest of that because like.
What with the Usher picture?
Yeah.
With the juice
Holy
box?
fuck! Because 50 is like, man.
50's a king troll.
He is king troll.
But see, that's the thing about 50 though. When people do dig up his bones, he never actually he never rebuttals it. Like, nah, that's not like. He just ignores it and trolls on top of it, like, I must have hurt your feelings. But you know what I mean? That's kind of a deflection, you know what I mean? So, like...
Yeah, I never even thought about it like that. Like, he does, like... Yeah, like, he never goes...
He's always deflecting.
He's never rebutted.
No, he always just deflects.
And, like, some of the greatest battles ever, like, the person had, like...
You had to rebuttal what was said about you.
That's what won the battle, was, like, a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Like,
even push it with Drake, he did. The few things Drake talked about him about, he rebutted.
Yeah.
For the most part, like, and then brought new shit into it. You know what I mean? The same.
I think about like that's why like No Vaseline is one of the best.
Yeah.
Because he rebutted like.
He rebutted like.
I see rebutted everything they said about him.
Yeah.
And like was like okay, and this is what they say about like even like it was funny because like
the intro. This is what they say about you.
This is what they say about you.
And even Common, the bitch in you, like.
Yeah, that rebuttal too.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest rebuttals, like.
And that's why people say LL won the battle of Cannabis, but I'll always say Cannabis won because Cannabis.
I say Cannabis won.
Cannabis rebutted. It's just career-wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's like saying Nas lost to Hove because Hove has done what he's done since and Nas. They're both idols and they're both in great positions.
Like I look at battle track to track.
Yeah.
I don't look at like who did what like in like.
And Ether's the better dish.
Because like the majority of people are stupid anyway. The masses like fucking. So I'm like, what? Am I gonna go what the masses say? I'm gonna go by track.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who was more successful. Like
Blueprint 2 is a very slept on diss track. That can compete with Ether to a degree because Jay really says some shit in that. But like, some people think Takeover is better than Ether, and I'm like, nah, man.
They're crazy.
Ether just. He strikes a chord on so many different things.
Even some people that say as a tracker, the beat, whatever like that.
The beat's whack. I hate the Ether beat.
Yeah. Oh, like I was gonna say Takeover.
No, I like the Takeover beat. The Door sample.
I love the Doors. Like
5 to 1. 5 to 1, baby. 1 and 5.
Like my parents' favorite band is the Doors.
Yeah.
So like the Doors are my like I love the Doors, but like I didn't feel that whole track like even the rhyme schemes on it like the other verses, because like the last verse was about Nas.